How you doing, everybody? Well, I tell you what, this has been a long day. Started out at about 4:30 this morning, got down here. This is the biggest tree I've ever cut down. This is a big old tree. I just was curious about how big it was, and it is 33 inches to right there, and that stump is bigger on the bottom. That's a big old tree. It's a red oak, and it's got a lot of good wood in it. I have a sawmill guy that would love to have that. If I can figure out how to load it up, I will. We just got the trees on the ground, so now they're safe. And when we cut this one over here down, it's not nearly as big, but it's still every bit of pushing probably close to 20 inches across. And then we got a couple of more big trees over here down. They're not huge. They're probably right at a foot, maybe a little more than a foot across. And I'll show you a monster over here. And now I get to do all the cutting and whittling and cleaning up the mess. My brother came up and I told him, I said, let's just get them on the ground where they're safe. I don't have to worry about them falling. But there's two trees right there. And those dudes are really, really tall. And you can see this one right here, when it hit the ground, see, it had leaves on it this spring, and then they all died. And you can see when it hit the ground, it literally broke in half. It was rotten right there in the center. And it was just plumb full of ants and lots of ant larvae in there and lots of the ant eggs. And then this is the monster over here. This tree right here was hard, had a brand spanking new blade on a chainsaw, and it was just like making dust. It wouldn't even hardly cut. That sucker is hard, and it's got no rot at all. And that is a big old tree. I haven't thrown a tape measure on this one yet. Let me see if I can get my tape out here. We'll see if we can get a measurement on this one. I can't get underneath there. Let's try it up here. This tree is, well, it shows what? About 34 inches right there. 34 inches. And of course the stump is even bigger. But that is a awesome tree. Look how nice and straight that is. I'm gonna try to cut me off a 9-foot piece of this, load it onto my trailer, and take it to my sawmill guy and try to make my roll around island out of a big old piece of this sucker right here. I think that'd be really cool. I like using material from the property on the property. I think that's just, you know, really, really neat if I can do that. And then we got this big old dead pine. And boy, it just almost reached the storage building right there. That's where we used to keep our four-wheelers years ago. I mean, it just almost hit it. And that dude is, I'll be willing to bet you, see that flag all the way over there, the furthest flag, that's my marker. And then that bucket right there, that's the other marker. That's 100 foot. So that dude's pushing 75 foot tall, every bit of it. And it's not that big around. It's a pine. This is a pine. It's not that big around. Let's just see what this one is. I bet it's pushing over 12 inches though. Let's just see. Yeah, it's 17 inches. Well, actually it's 18 inches. Okay, we got that one on the ground today. And the other day, I told my brother, I said, yeah, I cut that tree right there down. He said, that ain't a tree, that's a stick. And then me and my big brother got over here and we got the air conditioner installed. I've still got to do all the prettying up on it and get everything, you know, all the wrapping and all that kind of stuff. But listen to how quiet that thing is. You're 6 inches from it right there. That is so quiet. I've got to cut this hose off, wrap everything up, and I'm going to go ahead and order the little thing that you put over to make it pretty, you know, to make it, you know, look better and to protect it from the sun and the elements and stuff. I'm going to get that. And let's go inside and I'll show you the inside part. Show you the inside part real quick here. I was out here cutting wood this morning at 7 o'clock trying to get stuff ready for my brother when he got here. Oh man, it is nice in here. We got that little feller sitting up there at 63 degrees. When we turned it on, it was 85 degrees in here. And it is, let me put it is what, about right at say 75, would you say? It's right here beside the door. but the humidity is gone in here. Yeah, you've seen it out there running on the ground, and it feels so much better here. We got that done. Now I got, I just burned a big old huge pile of stuff. Now I got a whole bunch more trash to burn. And then we got in here, we got the hot water heater tank. It's up there on top. I don't know if you can see it or not. Yeah, there it is. The hot water heater tank's up there. We got it hooked up. Everything but the electric. And I didn't want to hook the electric up because somebody might accidentally turn the breaker on. We got the shower head installed. That is a big old shower head. And then you've also got this shower head. And of course, with this particular kind of shower, you have a diverter here so you can go from one to the other. But I've also, because I have a low yield water well, I put this shut off valve right here. You push it that way, it shuts the water off coming out while you lather up, and then you can turn it back on and finish taking your shower with this shower head. It's just a little handheld shower head. And we got that all hooked up and ready to go. And I got the valve on down here for the toilet, and the valves on for the kitchen sink. And I guess when I was picking those valves up, those are 1/2 inch to 3/8. And I accidentally picked up 2 of them that are 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch. And those go underneath the bathroom sink. So I didn't get these 2 put in, but that won't be that big a deal. I'll put them in there later. But yeah, I'm just tickled to death. We got a lot of work done today. My brother is such a big help. His granddaughter is coming in from California on a plane to tomorrow afternoon, and so we went ahead and worked real hard, got everything done. He's headed back to Norman, Oklahoma, to his house, and so he can go see his granddaughter at the airport tomorrow. And I sure do appreciate Big Brother helping me. I really do. He was a huge help to me today. And there's no way I could have done all this by myself, and I wouldn't have felt good about cutting those trees down. Well, guys, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I worked my tail off today. I'm gonna go over here, and I cooked 3 hamburgers at lunchtime. I'm gonna eat me a hamburger. I was gonna cook steaks tonight, but seeing how he went ahead and left, I'm not cooking steaks tonight. I'll cook them tomorrow night. But man, I feel like I got a lot accomplished today. Well, I did get a lot accomplished today. Tomorrow, I am going to work on the riding lawnmower and see if I can't either fix it or take it apart so I can get parts for it. The spindle on my snapper lawnmower it's something's wrong with it. I'm not exactly sure. It's kind of a weird little setup, but I'm gonna work on that, and I may go ahead and try to run my water line over, because we got everything under the house ready to go. All I gotta do is hook my water line up. So I may try to do that. I can't turn the water on, but I can hook everything up. All right, well, you guys have a good day, and thank you so much for checking in with me. I really do appreciate it. If you haven't, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. There's a few of you out there that have hit that subscribe button, and it means a lot to me. It means you're at least interested in what I'm doing. And thank you again.